So this is a Jasper server architecture. Okay. Now let's start from the bottom portion of it. Okay. So in any of the Jasper server is basically an reporting tool. Okay. And the primary purpose is people use it for creating the reports and deploying it to the server so that you can access those reports on the web browser. Okay. Now, if you have to create a report in order to populate something on it or to render something, you need a data, right? So you need to have a database at the back, or you need some source of data. So this is a place, and Jasper server can talk to any professional database available in the world. And even if you go and write your own custom database also, you need to just create a JDBC jar file, or you need to create an ODBC and connect to it. So it provides all the functionalities. Okay, so you can connect to any data source exists in the world, any professional one, you can go and connect to it. There is no limitation on terms of connecting to the any data source. Okay. Now second one is the architecture is very so we talked about this layer. Now the next layer is replaceable configurable backend implementation. So you can go and it's like a replaceable, you can configure it and you can do all those things. So Jasper server code is also available freely in the world. It's an open source BI tool. So if you want to go and change anything, you can go and change it. Okay. The next one is a Spring. The complete security in Jasper server is done by Spring framework. So it takes care of the complete end-to-end security of it. You don't have to go and write a separate security feature for it. It's done in the using a Spring framework. Then Jasper server is very highly flexible. They have a number of APIs available. So you can use those APIs to connect to any of the system, like Sugar CRM. You can go and connect to. Then you have couple of other APIs available which you can go and directly talk to it. You can get the data from a web service. You can do n number of things with Jasper server. It's very highly configurable, highly customizable platform available right now on the reporting framework. Okay. Now the next layer is the user layer. Basically is not a front end layer. Okay. So you have, once you create a report, iReport, you go and deploy it on the Jasper server. And for accessing, you go and log into a web browser, put the credentials, and you can go and see the report. So you have a web UI and you have n number of web services available, which you can connect to any of the C++ application, C application, any classical available applications in the world. You can connect to Java applications, you can connect to PHP clients, you can connect, it's like a very flexible, you can go and talk to multiple technologies. Okay. And it has provided n number of extensions. You can go and embed this Jasper with your own application, and you can do n number of things, and you can go and build your own product out of Jasper server on top of it. So all those things are very much possible, and it runs on Linux as well as it runs on Windows. Jasper server by default is deployed on Tomcat. Okay, and if you want, if your number of users are more in your application, let's say you have around, let's say 150 or 200 concurrent users are using your application, then Jasper, Tomcat becomes slower, and you see the performance issues. Then you can go remove Tomcat and plug JBoss there. Again, it's an app server, so it will be very, very flexible, and JBoss is a very robust server as compared to Tomcat. So, and even just replacing the Tomcat with JBoss is also you have to follow like 5, 6 or 7 steps, okay, which are very standard and very, like, you don't have to spend a ton of time. Within half an hour you are done with this. Okay, you can easily plug and play with the app server also. Okay, and now they have changed it. So you see here MySQL, which is the older one. They used to bundle it with MySQL. Now MySQL is being purchased by Oracle. So now the by default database what they connect with, and where their a couple of system tables are present, is PostgreSQL. Okay, so MySQL has been replaced by PostgreSQL. Okay, and complete code of Jasper is written in Java, which is platform independent. So you see it, you can go and run Jasper server on any platform. Java is running on which. Okay, so this is about the Jasper server architecture. Any doubts?
No, I'm good.
Okay, so now let's talk about the report lifecycle. So we have seen iReport. iReport is a designer tool where you go and create the templates. Okay, once you create these templates, the iReport by default is in .jrxml. that is Jasper report XML. Okay, if you open it in a notepad, you will see an XML. Okay, so once you deploy, once you take this jar XML file and once you compile it, it gets converted into .jasper after compilation. Okay, and then you go with it to the Jasper engine, and Jasper engine will execute and you can see the report. Okay, so this is the report lifecycle. You create using a report designer. It is an XML report design. You give it, and report engine will do all the, on the fly it will see what all different components you have used, whether you are using a charting engine or presentation services, generation services. You can go and use it, and it will pull the data from database and populate it, and you can render it on the web browser, and then later on you can go and export it into a PDF, in an Excel sheet, in a PowerPoint, whatever you want, you can do it. Okay, there are n number of functionalities available in which you can go and directly export it. So this is a report lifecycle architecture. Any doubts so far?
No, good. I'm good.
Okay, and this is the overall how Jaspersoft BI looks like. Okay, so if you see here, as a part of Jaspersoft BI, Jaspersoft BI has Jaspersoft ETL, which is basically an open source ETL tool which is called as Talent. They have in tie-up with the Talent, and the Talent is the one which is Jaspersoft ETL, which is a data integration service layer. And this particular layer is basically the one where you have iReport. Okay, and you have another part which is a Jasper server. Jasper server contains two things. One is Jasper's reports library, where you are having all the libraries in terms of the reports, and another feature is the Jasper OLAP, which is a cube engine. This is basically the Jaspersoft OLAP, which is a cube engine, and Jasper server uses the Monterey engine. Okay, again, which is an open source OLAP engine. Now, once you deploy it on the Jasper server, the reports and everything, you can go and view it in the web browser. And the functionalities in terms of the web browser, what you will get is you can go and create the ad hoc reporting. You can do the report what you have created using the can report. You can go and use the production reports. And it also provides you the ad hoc reporting functionality in terms of domain and topics. You can create dashboard. You can view the OLAP analysis, okay, which is basically a queue, and it also has in-memory data exploration part also. Okay, so this is basically on a higher level how the complete Jaspersoft BI suite looks like. Okay,
Okay.
so here I have summarized everything. A Jaspersoft BI suite is a seamless embedded ability using the public Java APIs and web services. You can extend through open source. Jasper Server BI has an external authentication. It also has a role-based authentication. You have a security layer which is the completely taken care by Spring Framework. You can also do single sign-on. You can put your LDAP there. You can do a single sign-on. Everything you can do there. It is highly configurable. You can change the user interface, how the Jasper server by default looks like. You can go and change the location of the login screen. You can, instead of right, you can put the login to the left, and instead on the left you see an image, you can put the image on the right also. You can go and change the complete functionality in terms of what you are seeing on the Jasper server. You can go and change it. Even if you want to change the color also, the themes also, you can go and change it, as well as you can go and change also the complete UI of it. You can put your own company logo so that no one would be able, you can customize so much Jasper server that no one would be able to understand, identify whether this is Jasper server or whether it's your own BI application. This is the power that Jasper provides to go to any extent. Okay, and the biggest advantage of Jasper server is it provides multi-tenancy. Okay, and trust me, this is one of the best tool available on the open source front, which provides multi-tenancy very easily, and you can easily implement. That's on the architecture I have.
Okay.
Any doubts on the architecture part?
No, I'm good. I'm good. I'm good.
Okay, great. Thanks. So let's move to another questions. What other question you have?
Now the other question is like in style conditions. I mean, like we can select only one style, right? Is
Yes,
there a
you
way
can.
that we can select multi?
No, no, no.
If you
You
want,
cannot select the multi. What you can do is you can create one style and you can put all the conditions inside it.
okay.
Okay, because it won't. If you really see on a higher level, there won't be any situation where you are going to merge the two styles because you are going to work on a single object. Okay, and you can put one style and you can put n number of conditional expressions inside it, and there is no limitation on the conditional expression you put in a style. So this is the way it works. So there is no possibility of putting two into one. Like you cannot assign
Okay.
more than one style to one object.
Okay. And the other question is like we have like query builder, right? I mean, like when
Hmm.
you're connecting to data source.
Correct.
So I mean, like there we can take like all the tables and make necessary joins, something like that.
Yeah, you can do all those things. But this basically, for the people who are not so technical in terms of, the databases. So normally when I teach people, I would say all the people who will be, creating the reports will by default know SQL very well. Okay. And
Yeah,
if
yeah.
you don't know SQL, definitely Jaspersoft provides, and that's a very basic level you can go into it. Okay. So Jasper
Okay.
provides that kind of functionality also. Like, you can drag and drop. You can provide the linkages, these are primary key and foreign key relationships, and it will go and create a SQL query for you. You can do that also.
Yeah. Yeah. I think that's all I have.
Okay, great. So let's move further. And last time, what we did was we created a report. Let me quickly see where I saved this one. Okay, hold on. We created this report. Now, today what we will do is we will see charts. Okay, so last time we just put it and we say, okay, we saw two charts. Okay, now we see in detail how and what are different functionalities available in the charts. Okay, and then we will see today how to pass the parameters.
Okay.
So for today, we'll put the agenda as working with charts. Second, passing parameters, and then we'll also talk about different how to use different data source connections. Okay,
Okay.
so let's start with charts. Let's create a new report. Otherwise, I'll do one thing. I'll use the same report. So this is a chart.
Okay.
Okay, this is a bar chart which we see in the last session. Right click on it, and you can say chart data. So go to the details section. Now in the details, you have a category series. This is the one by default will get created when you use a wizard. Okay, because last time we see, right, we go to the palette, we drag the chart, and we use the wizard to create and give the things what the wizard asked. Okay, now if you have to go and modify it, how to do it? Right click on it, and then go to chart details, click on this, go to detail section, and click on modify. Now here you see series expression. This is what You can go and write the series. Then you have a category expression, you have a value expression, and then you have a label expression. Okay. Now, if you want to go and modify any one of them, let's say instead of the product number, you want to change the product number to something else. Let's say I want my x-axis to be something else. Let's say instead of product number, we will have the size and the unit price. If I want to have something like this, just remove this up, click on size, double click on it, it will come here. Okay, apply, press ok, press ok. Now preview it. So anytime you want to go and change the report, you can go and change it up. Let me quickly see what happened. Okay, actually looks like data is null in the size. Let me quickly see the database. Here we have 20,000 records, and let's see the size. Okay, size is null, that's why we are getting an error. Okay, let's see something else. Otherwise, let's do it on the product number we already seen. Let's do it on purchase order ID. Graph one count good. Let's put it like this. So I'll go at the end, and you can see we have changed this, and now we can see product ID 1 2 3 4 5 is the product ID. Okay, good. So this is how you can go and modify any existing chart what you have made with the metadata you want to put. Okay, now you click. Now I suppose if you want to go and modify this chart, there are a couple of options available here. Select the chart object, click on the properties, and in the properties you see n number of options available here. Okay, so the first one is like left of width height. This is basically the placement of this particular object on this template. On the left, what is the from this band where I have to start from, this is the position. Width and height is the basically the how much you want. Color, then you have again a style. If you want to create a style on this, then you can go and define here. Now you can go and define the evaluation time. Okay, group, you can go and define the title. If you want, let's say the title of this chart would be, I want something like this. Let's say bar chart showing product ID with price. Okay, so we have got the title, font, and all those things. You want to go and change it, you can go and change the font and all those things. You can go and change it up here. Title color, you can, is by default is black. You can go and pick it up, let's say whatever you want. So subtitle expression, if you want to put a subtitle again, you can go and put, let's say, subtitle. Okay, the subtitle will come in here. You can go and change the color of this also. So it provides a good amount of range of functionalities. You can go and put and do n number of things here. So the legend, you want to go and put the legend, show legend. You can go and click here to show the legend or not to show the legend. Position of the legend, let's say left, right, bottom, top. Let's say we want to put the legends on the right side. Okay, so the legend has come on the right side. Render type, you can go and select the like draw image. Let's say draw. Okay, rotation, so the label rotation, you want to do a label rotation, let's say 30-degree rotation you want to do. Okay, now this bar chart is by default the vertical bar chart. If you want to make it as a horizontal bar chart, you can make the horizontal bar chart also. Okay, so this is how you can go and change it to vertical to horizontal bar chart. And then again, all the normal properties of the bar, any other chart would be like show labels, item label, tick marks. Tick marks are basically the like the lines you are seeing here, right? If I remove these tick marks, this will go away. Okay, tick marks is gone, right? Labels will come. So 1 2 3 4 is nothing but the labels, and tick marks are basically what you see one dot 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 here. Okay, then this is the category axis tick marks and the vertical axis tick mark. You can go and just play around with this. So it provides a range of functionalities which you can go and play around with the charts.